from the Philippines.
What did you call me?
I said mabuhay. That means hello. Hello, everybody. From the Philippines, the Giants play what I consider to be, Eric, one of their most complete games of the season tonight. They looked really, really good in all facets of the game. And they beat the Atlanta Braves. What was
in
the final?
Atlanta.
5-3, right?
5-3, correct.
And as you saw there in the opening, Elliot Ramos, the man does it all. He hits a frozen rope, thought he fouled it off, didn't even know where it went. And he smacked it out again down the right field line.
His opposite field approaches is absolutely phenomenal. He's been doing that since he's been called up, which is great to see.
And then he makes the amazing diving catch to start the bottom.
I got worried, man, when he got up.
I did too,
grimace.
Man.
I was like, come on,
gosh,
don't tell me he separated his shoulder.
Yeah, no, he said he's fine in the post game. I love this kid, man. I told you guys for 2 years that this guy needs to play and that we didn't know if he was going to make it or not, but he had all the tools. I could see it. And I said, this guy has all 5 tools. Let him play. You know, I was pretty pissed off, if you guys recall, the last year over the Giants not playing Ramos. And I feel the same way about Matos too. Now he's in a platoon, it looks like, with Yaz. Now that Yaz is back, it looks like Slater is the odd man out, which is good.
I was just going to say that because I found that interesting that you bring it up, Dan. When Yaz came off the IL, I was surprised that Matos stayed on the roster, because now what are you going to do when you have a platoon? Is it Slater or is it Matos? Because I would hate to see Matos be sitting the bench while Slater gets done.
Now we saw that it was Matos that got the pinch hit in a key situation. So that tells me that Slater's days are either numbered or there's a trade that may involve Conforto.
Oh, interesting.
Because then you can put Matos, then Slater just becomes your fourth outfielder. or whatever. I think something is going to happen with either Slater or Conforto.
Wait, let me get this.
One way or the other.
If I'm not mistaken, and I about fell over, did the Giants actually steal a base today?
They attempted one.
No, they did. Ramos stole second.
Did he steal it?
Yes, he stole it.
I must have. I had some stuff going on. I may have walked away at that point.
And in the same game, they also laid down a bunt.
Yes, they laid a bunt.
Stole a base and they bunted in one game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And what happened when they had that bunt? Did that run score?
Yes,
I believe it did. I believe it did.
I was trying to get. Okay, I got this little TV in this room here. Okay, right over there. See that?
Yep.
This is. Hey, there's a mirror. Hey, everybody. This is just a small little room that I'm staying in here. With family, and got the little TV, but I could not get it hooked up to MLB. So I had to watch the game on this today, and
tough.
And it was kind of tough. My eyes are a little sore. You know, when you got watching a small screen.
Yeah.
And so I was, I was fiddling with the TV the whole time to try and get it to work, but the MLB app will not come on this particular TV. So I'll figure something out. But if I got to just watch it from a little phone, I'll watch it from my phone. It won't be the first time. But, let's just get into this game. Let's break it down here. I'm going to
bring up the box score.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Bring up the box score if you could. I just want to check a score of another game. What's going on?
I'll go through the lineup here. Soler batted the leadoff again, had one hit. That one hit being a home run. That was nice to see. Went 1 for 5. I kind of sucked that it was 1 for 5, but whatever. He got a home run. Wade went 1 for 4. Again, that one was a big fly to right field. Ramos 2 hits. One of them being an opposite field shot to right field. Bailey went
still there, but hitting that homer, man. He's I mean,
we'll see.
it's good to see.
Maybe.
And then Wade.
I told you this. I think there's an issue with him. Maybe he just feels the pressure too much when there's guys in scoring position. Maybe he just gets a little jittery. I don't know, but he's doing okay leading off. So if it's not broke, we'll fix it.
Yeah, it's 2 for 2.
Chapman 0-4.
Conforto 0 for 5. Yeah, he hit 2 bullets, man, and Kalenic robbed him.
Yeah, great defense. Great defense.
Yeah, I mean,
Wisely 1-4 was a double. Yastrzemski went 2-4. Matos had a hit, and then Ahmed hitless. There you go. There's the and then here. Even more importantly, here, it's where the heck is it? There you go. Mr. Hayden
Birdsong. Yeah, let's get into Birdsong. He throws 5 innings. He pitch count. He threw 87, 57 for strikes. He had better command today with his pitches. Was not, a lot of his balls were more purposeful rather than just so far out of the strike zone that you're just wasting your pitches that weren't effective. He was effective today. He got the win. I like his composure out there. He reminds me a little bit, his looks. He doesn't have the flowing hair, but he has a little bit of look of Thor, of Noah Syndergaard.
Oh, Syndergaard.
I mean, he's not quite as tall as Thor, but he's got some flashy stuff, and he has that kind of I don't know, the flair. He seems to be
I like his composure
out there.
Yeah,
yes, his composure.
Great, and that's one thing I think of Syndergaard. You never saw him; he was always even keeled out there. Yeah. He was out there taking care of business. I see what you're saying.
That's what I say. He reminds me because he's got similar stuff. I mean, what did Thor throw? 98 to 102, roughly.
Yeah.
And Birdsong's putting it up there at 98, and he's got some nasty off-speed stuff.
And you know what? Speaking to that, Dan, that's why I kind of like him over Harrison, because Harrison really only has 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Birdsong is throwing that changeup effectively. He was getting a lot of swing and miss on that changeup. So it's not because he's got an excellent curveball. He's got the high velocity fastball, and he's got that changeup. So I like him over Harrison right now.
Yeah.
At this point in time.
And Nick says Birdsong does not look like Thor. I'm not saying he looks physically like Thor so much but
presence on the mound.
His presence on the mound and his demeanor. He looks confident, and he looks like he's not intimidated by anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only 22.
And here's another thing. He gave up those 2 solo shots, but he didn't let it get to him. He still went out there and dealed. I kind of like that. He didn't fall apart like some young pitchers may.
Yeah.
So that was good to see.
I don't have any background behind me. I'm kind of
don't.
There. I need
something.
I need something not so white behind me. How's that?
Something not so white. Let me get a white hat.
Yeah. What the heck I'm sitting on a white pillow. What the heck can I put behind me?
You know what? This is your homework. Draw a picture and tape it on the wall behind you.
You know what? I'm gonna get me a jersey or something. I'm gonna get me a fake Giants jersey when I go shopping today. One of those knockoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find a knockoff, and I'll put some paraphernalia behind the wall.
There you go.
So we'll find something. But yeah, you know what? It does kind of look like I'm in jail, Mike. I don't know. What's it like in jail, Mike? Tell us. Seriously, though, the club, is what I would say is defying all odds right now. They are 6-2.
Yeah.
When I said they would go 8-12.
And here, I'll tell you why that's
agreed with me. A lot of people agreed with me because most people, where are these wins going to come from with this pitching staff in a ring?
Right.
So, it could. We saw this last road trip. Giants came from behind, beat Chicago. Los was there that night, and Aaron and
Will
and Cliff. They saw a great game. They played well, and then what did they do? They went and lost 5 in a row.
See, and that's what that road trip was horrendous. And for them to recover from that horrendous road trip,
right? They're 6-2 since the
road trip, right? Wow, since that
trip.
last game, right? That last game in St. Louis, I think. Isn't that what it? Or is that just a? No, that was the last homestand in this game, right?
Well, let's see. No, they lost 5 in a row on the road trip. Then they came home and won 5 of 7.
Yes.
So now today, so they're 6-2 since that 1-5 road trip.
Since the 1-5.
So they've almost wiped that out, and they're now back to 2 games under 500 at 40. What are they? 42 and 44 now.
Yeah, I think something like that, right?
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay. So,
correct.
Having Lamont Wade back in the lineup is a good thing for this club. I wonder if Wilmer's days might be numbered too.
Maybe.
I mean, they're but baseball's a funny thing.
I still worry a little bit about Wade though, because I just hope that hamstring is. I hope it's healed up as much as it's supposed to.
What I'm worried about most right now is just the pitching wearing out.
Yeah, that's a big issue.
We're still what, 2 weeks away? The All-Star game's what, 2 weeks from tonight?
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Caleb Sullivan missed the game today. How'd the boys? Well, they looked pretty good today. Won 5-3 in Atlanta. They looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Hayden Birdsong had a good game. The Giants, not only did they hit the home run, they hit 3 home runs today, and they also manufactured a couple. So that was nice.
The home runs have basically won them a lot of games recently.
They have. Their long ball has saved them.
So I'm feeling like if this team can pitch and hit, the bullpen was Randy Rodriguez, Ryan Walker, Tyler Rogers, and Duvall shut him down tonight. Mm-hmm. I mean, Tyler Rogers a little shaky.
Yeah.
Got a little shaky there, and I was a little like, oh crap. Are we gonna give up this lead? I needed to save for Duvall, man. So more ways than one, right? Wins it for the Giants and wins for my fantasy. So but I thought they played well. I thought I'm trying to look and see where there might. Nick Ahmed with a key sac fly. That was big because that was an add-on run that you had to get. Mm-hmm. I mean, Giants were down 2-0, and I thought, oh crap, this is not going to go well tonight. Just
because you had, and here's the thing: Ronaldo Lopez is an excellent pitcher.
Yeah, he had an off night.
So for them to be able to get to Lopez and come out with a victory is huge, because tomorrow it doesn't get easier. You got Chris Sale tomorrow. Right. It's not going to be easy. And then, you put yourself in a good position to win the series, because that's all you really want, right? You want to win this. Yeah. Would you like to sweep? Absolutely. But
Robert says, who said this team is not good?
I don't want to hear him.
Robert, I said it. They're still under 500. Okay. When they get to be a team that gets some distance between the teams they're chasing and that they're in the hunt with, when they put some distance from them, then you could start saying they are a good team. Potentially, there is potential to be this team to be good. Not changed my stance one bit on this team. Told you guys from the beginning that they are not a great team, but they have the potential to be a good team if certain things take place. 2 of them are taking place. Ramos and Matos are up and playing. Okay. Ramos is the by far and away the team's best player.
Absolutely. He's the best player right now. 100%.
He's the catalyst to this. He is their, without a doubt, he is the guy that the Giants have to have.
Yes.
And I know this gets old, but I'm gonna harp on it. This was a giant, no pun intended, a giant miss by Farhan. This guy has no clue of what to look for. He's got a star right underneath his nose, and he's wants nothing to do with them. We're seeing this despite Farhan's efforts to not give him a shot. Okay. Sent him down, was the first guy sent down in spring training. Didn't even have a shot to make the team.
And he was having the best spring training out of all the people on the team.
Wasn't even considered. He was just before games even really got going, sent down. And then, all of last year, so Giants are very fortunate. I hate to say this, but they are fortunate that Conforto went out, Lee went out, and who was the other one that went out? Slater. All of them went out at about the same time, because what you're now getting is you're getting the opportunity to see Ramos shine, and Matos had his moment in the sun, but then got sent down, and hopefully he continues to get his shot. The guy smokes the ball when he hits it, man.
Yeah,
you saw that shot to Riley tonight. Yeah. I mean, that ate up Riley. That should have been a base hit. Did they ever change that, or did they give Riley an error still?
I don't know. He had 2 hits on the night, so was that one of them? I wasn't able to watch all of it.
Let me just take a look at the box. The old box.
He went 2 for Matos. 4. I know that.
Let me check and see if Riley got an error.
Matos or Matos?
I'm talking about Matos.
Oh, Matos had 1 hit.
1 hit. Errors for the Braves. Let me see if they kept that an error for Riley. Yep. 6th inning. That should have been a hit.
Yep.
That was smoke, man. He kind of just tried to put the glove to his side and scoop it, but he wasn't I'm not getting in front of this thing. I mean, come on, man. Official scorer got to wake up. That was a hit. I'm seeing Buddy Hield as a dub. Oh, that's with a question mark. Okay. Yeah. At Dan, respond to Steven's question. Can you find what Steven's question is?
Yep. Here we go.
Dan and you.
Dan said that
you? Who's you?
Me.
You?
I'm a you now. So I went from
you went from
to a minion to a you.
Hey, you.
Hey, Steven, get the hell out of here.
Hey, you. What's up, man? Dan and you said
here,
you don't
Steven.
see this Giants team win a lot of games under Farhan. Yeah, they're still under 500, Steven. It's not like they're on a hot streak and they're still under 500.
Steven, look at the last 5 seasons under Farhan. That's all I have to say. Enough said. Just go look. Go look what the Giants' record was in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I'm on record.
Not a whole lot of winning. Not a whole lot of winning.
Giants win nothing with Farhan at the helm. It's just not going to happen. Guys, they're playing well. We're not being negative. We're giving credit right now, saying they played an excellent game. I'm out on Twitter saying this is one of their best played games of the season all around. I'm not being negative. But you want me to tell you that they're going to win the World Series because they've won 6 out of 8?
Yeah, right.
I mean, Oakland A's won 7 games last year in a row. And how many did they win on the season?
Not many.
50-something?
Yeah. Right.
Come on, guys.
It's got to take – look, if they're doing this for 2 or 3 weeks, then we're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah, we'll talk. This is baseball. Baseball is ebbs and flows. It's a long season.
McTally, you are correct.
100. What did Tally say?
He said if it wasn't for the 101 season, and it was another losing season, he would be gone by now. That one season brought him
Oh,
so
yeah,
much.
exactly. Guys, I mean, they've won nothing, okay? Are they playing well? Yes. Enjoy it. Will it last? Let's hope it does.
Let's hope it does. That's all you could say.
I'm not here to say they suck and they're gonna, but I still don't think they're a great team. There's flaws. There's flaws. Can they beat some good teams? Yeah, they've proven. They beat the Dodgers twice. They beat Atlanta now. This is what you have to do if you want to contend for a playoff spot, is you're going to have to beat these good teams. We'll see.
Yeah.
They win this series, and then they go into Cleveland and win that series.
Yeah, there you go.
Now
you're building on something.
Now you're building, okay? You're actually building. It's just a matter of putting series after series after series playing good ball. But I am not convinced that this will last, because I don't think you have one star on the field, one. And when Logan Webb pitches, you have another potential star. But you have Elliot Ramos is your only legitimate all-star.
Correct. Position player-wise.
Position player. And Webb is a potential all-star. Other than that, show me.
There's no other all-star.
You beat the Braves tonight. Okay, yes. How many stars do the Braves have? Well, Michael Harris is out. That's one, but he's out.
Acuna
you got Austin Riley, who's a star.
Acuna.
You got Ozzy Albies, who's kind of an all-star. You got Matt Olson's a star.
Acuna.
Acuna is out.
Yeah.
So, but and then you're going to go to Cleveland, and they've got a few stars, and Ramirez and Kwan and Naylor, their first baseman.
That kid Fry is.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking. The Giants are a team void of stars, and it's not like their other players are close to being stars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, you could say Matt Chapman's a star third baseman. He's not a star offensive productive player. How many RBIs does Matt Chapman have right now?
Yeah.
35?
Something like that. Somewhere around there. I think last we looked he was at 30, right? I'm not sure what he's at now.
I mean, he's on pace for about 70, and he's pretty much your cleanup hitter.
Hey, Dan, I know you got to get out of here soon, but can we announce something real quick? Can we talk about the squares? Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. Hey, guys, let me put this up here. Some of you may already know. We are doing a raffle. We're doing the squares. We got 100 squares out there. We got about 20 of them filled. It's $15 per square. And if you win, you get 4 tickets to the Giants versus the Braves in Oracle Park.
The same Braves team the Giants beat tonight.
Yeah. August 14th. I believe that's a Wednesday night. The tickets, if you could see the picture behind the squares, that's exactly where you'll be sitting. It's right near the San Francisco Giants dugout, front row, being donated so kindly by Lou Marston, who's donating those 4 seats. So the proceeds are going to go to a little child named Elijah. He had just lost his mother, who passed away in her sleep. The husband, or actually I shouldn't say husband, fiance, didn't have any life insurance because they weren't married yet. So they're having some financial struggles. And unfortunately, at the same time, he lost his little puppy. So we're just trying to donate or try to generate some funds to donate to his GoFundMe. And the GoFundMe link is there down on the bottom if you want to copy and paste it. Or if you just go on GoFundMe and type in helping Elijah navigate a new normal, it'll pop right up. You could donate that way if you want as well. But if anyone wants to I guess you are donating, but anyone wants a chance to win the 4 tickets, email Dan at NorCal Sports Network at Gmail.
Oh, wait, Ryan says he's got 23 and paid Dan a few days ago. So add Ryan to number 23.
Okay, let me make sure.
I might have done it.
I actually might have done that, but I didn't.
I think
let me see.
He paid last week.
Let me take a gander. Where did I put it at?
You can add it, but hey guys, if you want to get a square, email me there at norcalsportsnetwork@gmail.com. I'll email back to you Venmo. Right now I'm in a Wi-Fi spot. Sometimes I'm, coverage my data when I'm away from Wi-Fi, if I'm traveling or going somewhere. I might not get right back to you with the email. Just speak with my Venmo, but Will B says his number 6 available. That was his rugby position number.
I think it is. Hold on, let me add this real quick.
All right, we can always add that later. I know you want to update it, but maybe.
Yeah, I already did. There it is.
Okay.
All right. So
23.
6 is available there, Will. And here you go. You want to know where the tickets are? There you go. I even drew an arrow for you.
That's funny. When I just looked up I was looking down and I said, I read that wrong, that top line.
You could shit here? Yeah. If you
That's
want
what
to.
it looked like when I first looked up.
Go for it. Why not? Go for it, man. You'll just fit in for the whatever. I'm not gonna never mind.
I looked up and I said, what the heck? I think it's that arrow that was throwing me off.
The arrow. You could shit here. Right there, right next to the Giants dugout. Take a nice big stinky one. Go for it.
Oh gosh.
Might not stay there long, but so anyone interested, make sure you email NorCal Sports Network at Gmail. I'll get rid of that. At gmail.com. Contact Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Just Dave. Whatever you want to call me.
Contact Dan, and he will give you his Venmo so you could donate your $15. That's it. $15 for a square for your chance to win 4 tickets. You know how much those 4 tickets are worth? $630 for those 4 tickets. Oh, look at Senior.
Michael wrote. What's Senior saying?
He wants number 8. All right, I'll put you in there. I know he's
Conforto.
good.
Okay, there we go. Michael Roeder says, Dan, quit leaving Bailey out of the conversations of Giants' top players. You're right. I did kind of forget about him. I don't consider him like an all-star this year. He is a good, solid player, though. I will say that. He is one of the Giants' better players. He's on the verge of being an all-star, but I don't think he beats out Will Smith or Contreras of the Brewers. And, JT Realmuto is hurt, so I guess Bailey would be the 3rd best catcher currently right now in the National League behind Contreras and Smith. I don't know if I'm leaving any other catchers out. But, we'll see. Bailey's hitting what? What is Bailey hitting right now in the season? 289?
280. Oh, he might be less now because he didn't have a hit today.
Or is he? What is Bailey? Let me look. I got it right here. Patrick Bailey is hitting 279. Yeah, I had somebody on Twitter.
Oh, look. Hey, look at this. Dan, check it out. Make sure if he sent the money, I'll put his name. McTally said, just sent Dan Dave
Oh,
an
Dave?
Email.
Let's see if Dave got it. Wait.
Let me see.
It didn't come through. It's Dan. It's AZ Dave. Not AZ. No, kidding. I got it. He'd like to purchase. So let me send you my Venmo. Let me take a picture of my Venmo. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm at 62, not 63. Man, make up your mind, Kyle. He wants 62. There, I fixed it.
Hold on a second while I find my Venmo. The Venmo thing, you can actually do a. Can't you do a like a barcode deal or something too?
I have no idea, man.
I don't know. Gosh, technical.
All right, McTally. Soon as you pay up, I will. 31 is available, so I'll make sure I put you on number 31.
Hold on, I'm trying to find my Venmo. I don't know how to find it. I know it's Dan Cochimilio, but I'm trying to find home. Oh, me. There we go. All right. Dan hyphen. Hyphen.
All right. Good deal, McTally. I'll make sure.
I'm gonna send him this.
Oh, did you get his email already?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Look at that. We got another one. Come on, guys. Oh yeah, Will B. I got to put you on number 6, right, Will?
Oh, somebody just. Oh, Will sent me $30.
Oh shit, 6 and
In
damn,
Zelle.
Will, what are you doing? All right, here we go. Hold on. Damn, dude.
Let me just double check that.
He won 6 and 100.
One.
There we go. Cool. We're getting some more filled, guys. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome.
Hey, Mike. I mean, Matt. This is Dan. Dave. No, Matt Talley. I sent
McTally.
you
McTally.
my. Oh, it says Matt Talley on it.
That's fine. I just
on his
say
email.
McTally
Oh,
of the McTally clan.
all right. I sent you my Venmo. It has
I need good karma.
just so you know, my Venmo has a picture. So you know you got the right Dan Cochimilio, because there is another one out there. God help us. I'm in my Giants uniform with my Giants hat, along with my lovely wife, in front of the Bay Bridge. That's the background picture. So if you got the picture, let me see if I can blow this up. See, you can do a Venmo like that. You can do a deal. But anyway, go ahead, and that's me. Got my Giants uniform, hat on in front of the Bay Bridge with my wife. So if you're Venmoing me, you can find it that way.
As soon as it hits, let me know, and I'll put McTally on number 31. 3-1. You see, hey, Kyle, you see that? He knows what number he wants. He got it right. He knew exactly when he wanted it.
I wanted to go to this comment.
He didn't misspell his number, Kyle.
Before I get off, I wanted the show here. I'm going to be leaving here shortly. I wanted to pull up Los's comment, and how many comments have come through since I put that up?
Oh, here, I'll find it. I'll find it,
Los. And then
what does he say? The kids?
Something about we said when the kids play. All right.
There it is.
Read that.
Los says, we said play the kids and the team will win. Farhan chose not to, and they lost. And only due to injuries again to vets are the kids playing. Farhan gets 0 credit. Stop begging for it. Look at Los.
Yeah, guys.
Los, buy a square, man.
We told you guys that when we did our predictions that we didn't think the Giants would be a playoff team, but if they played the kids, they would. And I remember Lowe said if they play the kids, that all changes. Mm-hmm. And I still think Luciano could play a contributing role to this team this year. Wouldn't shock me if they ended up relying on Luciano at some point.
What's up, Marty? Let me see what he did. His last couple of outings was not good.
Who's that, Luciano?
Yeah.
Just remember, Matos stunk in AAA, and he comes up and wins National League Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes guys have a harder time playing. Let's put it this way. Sometimes guys play better in front of a bigger crowd because they feel, imagine those guys in the NBA that had to play in the bubble, right? In front of no fans when they're used to, they get adrenaline off the crowd.
Luciano went so far 2 for 5 with a home run.
Another homer. That's number 3.
Another homer. Number 3. Yes, it is.
Okay. They might start coming. All right. They may start coming.
Let's see it. Okay, come on, Luciano.
All right, guys. I am going to head out.
Real quick, Senior wants to know, did you get the Venmo?
Oh.
Let's just check those real quick.
Venmo.
Payment should be through, says McTally.
I got $15 from Matthew. Yes.
Is that McTally?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I got 15 from him. Did I get any more? Did Senior send some, or he was asking if I got the one?
He wants to know, make sure.
Yeah, got it. And we need a pinch hitter. Do we have anybody on deck?
I could cover for a while. Anyone that's come out there to link out there, I could cover for a while.
Maybe Los wants to come in.
All right.
But beautiful day here.
What's up, Blue?
Beautiful day here in southern Luzon, the Philippines. Gonna go out and have some family time. I'm gonna get out of jail. I'm getting out of jail here.
Get out of here, Dave.
I will fix this background. It needs color. How does that look?
I'm telling you, go draw something, Dan, and put it back there. Go draw something. Draw a picture. You got some artistic style. I seen it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Tomorrow night, I will rejoin NorCal Sports Network from the Philippines. And tomorrow night, we'll be on at 8:30.
8:30. Yeah.
We went on a little late tonight. 110 degrees out in Galt today. Eric actually had to be helped get he got stuck in some bubble gum on the sidewalk and could not walk. And we had to call paramedics. Paramedics got him, pulled him out of his high top shoes that he was wearing. Actually, he was wearing high heels, but we won't say that. and a low neck sweater.
Hey, I screenshotted the green room.
What? Oh, you didn't. Don't tell me you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay, man.
But that would be great, though. That would be great. Oh, man.
Yeah, see me in my skitties here. All right, man. Everybody enjoy the rest of the show. Giants win it 5-3. Tomorrow night, 8:30 after the ball game. And Eric will carry it on from here. Maybe someone will come in and platoon for me.
There you go. Sounds good.
This is truly a Giants post-game show if there's a platoon that happens.
If one of the hosts has to be platoon.
Platoon. All right.
Absolutely.
Everybody have a good
one, Dave.
night. It's Wednesday over here, so I'm going to enjoy my rest of my Wednesday. See you guys.
See you.
Bye.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there goes Dave, also known as it's Dan. Oh, man. All right, let's get this started, man. Wait, hold on. Actually, that is not. Hold on. Let me fix that. It has not been updated. Stand by. Let me update the new one here. Let's get the new one up here. Give it a minute to load up. Put it up. There we go. Will B has number 6. McTally. I shortened up your name a little bit. to fit you in there. Number 31, and will be at number 100, also with number 6. And senior has Charlie Pince's number at number 8. So that is the updated squares. Again, email Dan at NorCalSportsNetwork@gmail.com if you want to square. Again, a chance to win 4 tickets to the San Francisco Giants versus the Atlanta Braves on August 14th. It's a Wednesday. Front row seats, man. Courtesy of Lou Marston. Everyone, make sure you guys give a round of applause to Mr. Lou Marston. That guy stepped up, man. I tell you. All right, where are we going to go now, guys? You guys, more Giants? Talk to me, guys. Where you want to go with this? We kind of covered most of the Giants. I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be covered. Dunleavy equals Farhan. I'm guessing you're talking Warriors. I don't know a whole lot about that, so you're talking to the wrong guy, unfortunately. Baseball, that's my wheelhouse. Baseball and American Civil War. Yeah, there we go. All right, answer your question. What's your question? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, let's hit this up. Make sure NorCal Sports Network sponsored you by Northern Lights Entertainment. Go to northernlightsentertainmentradio.ca. You'll be able to catch some of the stations that he streams live out there. Yeah, go check it out. Good stuff. You like music, man? Check it out. northernlightsentertainmentradio.ca. It's good stuff. What do we got? Every Giants win should be at least 10 squares. And every loss, 5 squares. Nice. Well, I tell you what, and they keep winning. Maybe you get some more squares filled, right? Then people might want to go actually watch a good team. That helps. It helps to sell tickets if your team is playing good. Hey, what's up, Cody? Hey, yeah, I could send you here. I'll put out the link out there. Anyone can join. It's a free-for-all. There you go. Eric, is it official Ramos is going to be at All-Star Game? No, he has to be voted in. There's the link, Cody. You want to join in? Come on, man. Come on in. It's all good. Any more news on the pitchers? I heard there's an update. I think, who was it? Either Baggerly or Pavlovich put out. Wednesday, Snell's going to have a rehab game. Cobb is getting close to another rehab game in Sacramento, I believe. Harrison is going to throw a light bullpen in Atlanta, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's penciled in for Friday. All right, cool. Cody, let me know when you're ready. I'll throw the link back out there. So we'll see what happens. Harrison is back Friday, hopefully. Okay, I guess it all depends on that bullpen. What do we got here? All right. Snell's back on Tuesday. Maybe we'll see. I like Birdsong right now, Ryan. I like what he's doing out there. I like the way he conducts business on the mound. I like that he has 3 pitches that he can go to. I think that's important. That's very important as a starting pitcher. You got to have at least 3 pitches that can work well. And I like that he's leaning on that changeup. Leaning on that changeup has been excellent. You know, he's also still has that elite curveball. And he's got that high 90s fastball. I mean, they all play off each other. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately, is there going to be any room for Mr. Birdsong when all these other pitchers start coming back? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Cool. What do we got in here? NorCal Sports Network. I see you're starting to believe. What do you think about my 90-plus win and second wildcard spot prediction now? Not so outrageous. Don't be shocked if we get into the first wildcard. We'll see, man. We shall see. It all depends, man. Look, is it possible that they can win 90-plus? Sure. It's baseball. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But they're going to have to continue to play like this for a long period of time. That's going to be the issue. They kind of dug themselves in a hole because they've been below 500 for so long. But we'll see. If they keep doing what they're doing, yes, there's a chance. But if they start regressing again, well, then now you're talking the other way around where they don't make it. But we'll see. All you can do is take it day by day, series by series, month by month. But we'll see. I still worry about the pitching that's coming up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple of pitchers out there that have been doing a fantastic job. Bivens been doing good. Birdsong's been doing fantastic, but there's not going to be much room left. Birdsong better than Harrison? I think so. That's just me. From what I've seen, I like Birdsong better than Harrison. Birdsong commands the zone a little bit better than Harrison. He's got 3 pitches other than Harrison's 2. Harrison tries to throw that third pitch, but he's not having much success with it. So, yeah, I like Birdsong better than Harrison. That's just me. And another thing that Birdsong has is that he has length. Let's think about this. Birdsong, while he was in the minor leagues, he was getting stretched out to 85-plus innings, 85 to 90 innings he was throwing. Harrison never got that. He never touched 90 pitches in a game while he was in the minors. So I like that he's a little bit more built up than Harrison. So we'll see what happens. Now that Harrison has been out for a few rotation spots, I got a feeling he's going to be on a pitch count because, he was hurt. He's got to build his arm back up. So I like Birdsong better. That's just me. Trade Harrison. I don't know, man. Red, it's going to be dependent on where the Giants are at the trade deadline. I don't like trading the young guys for a rental if you're barely sniffing the wild card. I don't like it. If you're really doing something and you're in the thick of it, okay, maybe you could go for a rental. Maybe you could sacrifice one of the young guys for a key position player that kind of puts you over the top. I'm not opposed to that. But again, it's going to be dependent on where the Giants are at the trade deadline. It's going to be interesting. If the Giants have I said this, remember, on that last show, I couldn't predict what the Giants were going to do on this road trip because they've been so herky-jerky. But I said if they go 4-2, that's really good. That's really good if they could go 4-2 on this road trip. Ideally, the 4-2 would be nice if it was both series wins, but hey. All right, cool. Cody, I'll send out the link right now here. All right. There you go. DG says, don't think he's ready yet. A couple of more times in tiny and we'll know what he pitches. In the future, he could be pretty good. Are you talking about Birdsong? We'll see. We're going to be bringing on Cody. Cody, he's been high on Birdsong. He's been talking about Birdsong for a while, so let's see what we got here. People need to see how many teams need to jump over the third wild card, so not games. Yeah, that's a good point there, Malou. You got some teams. Now, the thing is, right now, let's take a look. Let's bring it up. Because I think that when you mention the teams, a lot of them are all in the same damn predicament. Let's take a look. Look at this. Yeah, here we go. Let's look at this real quick, guys. Looking at the standings just to show. I mean, the standings are really kind of irrelevant right now, but again, it's just a way to see where the team is compared to other teams. All right, here you go. The top 3 teams, here you go. Braves, Cardinals, Padres. Padres aren't going to go away, guys. That's going to be a competitor there. Mets been playing a lot better. San Francisco Giants, right below the Mets. Then you got the Diamondbacks, the Pirates, the Reds, the Nationals, the Cubs. All these teams right here, the Cubs, the Nationals, the Reds. Look at this. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's the same number that we were talking about earlier. There's 10 teams that are involved in this, all within between 5.5 games from 5.5 games out of the third to the Atlanta Braves being the number one wild card. So there's a lot of parity out there, guys. A lot of parity. All right, with that, let's bring in Cody. What's up, Cody, man? How's it going?
What's going on, man?
It's going, man. That was a big win today.
A little impromptu. Yeah, absolutely. Help if I can find my AirPods. I was ready.
It's all good. Did you want me to kick you out until you find them?
Yeah, kick me out for like 2 seconds. I should be back.
Right. Oh, you want the link? Hold on 1 second there. Will, let's see what we got here. Actually, hold on. Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute. Actually, tell you what. Let's wait till Cody gets in so then I can do this without having dead air out there. Oh, what do we got out here? Yeah, last road game started with a win and then 5 straight losses. Yeah, that's true. Alive, you're right. But the difference is right now the Giants are actually playing some really good ball right now. From that last homestand to the first game here of the road trip, they're looking good. But can they sustain it? That's going to be the key. That's going to be the key, gentlemen. Can they maintain their winning ways? Don't get me wrong. You're not going to rip off 15 straight wins. I mean, it's possible. But usually it's not. I mean, you're gonna have your ups and downs, but you want to have more ups than downs, and then hopefully the Giants will be able to do that. All right, you ready, Cody? Give me a nod. You good? All right, here we go. All right, Cody is in here now. Now he's all ready to go. Got the earpods in.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I think they were under the bed. The cat got them.
Hey,
typical.
That's what cats do, man. That's what cats do. They get into everything. Yeah. All right, hey, talk to me, man. You've been talking about. We'll focus on Hayden Birdsong since you've been covering him for a long time. What'd you think, man, of his outing today in Atlanta?
Yeah, man, I was impressed. He really battled. He could have easily that start could have gone sideways once. Especially when they went home run, double off, pretty high off the wall. I mean that could really snowball on a young guy, and he grinded, and then he gets into the fifth, and lead off walk. Hats off to Duvall. He had like a 12 pitch walk. It was a really impressive at bat for him. Yeah. And then the bunt where Birdsong kind of spiked it at Wade's.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, so just like underhand shuffle, or shovel pass type, or toss over there. He kind of tried to throw it overhand, and that just doesn't work in that situation. And the next guy gets a bunt down, and it's second and third, and he gets the strikeout he needed, and then he gets Albies out right afterward. I mean,
that was huge because Atlanta, like you said, they had the 2 home runs, and they started mounting something in the fifth. You're thinking, oh boy, what's going on here? And what I liked is they stayed with Birdsong. They didn't yank him.
Yeah.
Because it's a learning moment for a young pitcher. Let's see if you could get out of it. And it sounds like because they knew that he was stretched out in the minors, because he was saying, I remember you talking about in the minor league report, it seemed like every start he was going 85 plus pitches a start for a while. So you can rely on him knowing that, hey, he could get through the fifth. He's got, the stamina to do it. So it was nice to see them go through it. And like I said, I think it's a learning moment. And I just love the way we talked about this, his composure on the mound. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. His future's bright. I mean, the fact that he has 4 pitches he can throw in any count, and he's not afraid to throw in any count. And I don't know if you listened to any of the post-game show today. I mean, Contos was kind of talking about it too, where he's
No,
like,
I didn't listen to
okay, after the game, Kontos basically said that, he doesn't really care about the pitch distribution because it's gonna change outing to outing based on how the swings people are putting on him and everything. Which, I mean, there's a lot of truth to that because he has 3 off-speed pitches that are all plus pitches that he can throw in any count.
And that's the key. He's got 3. He's pretty much using 3, right? He's using the fastball, the curveball, and the changeup, right?
And the slider.
And the slider.
Yeah.
Forgot about the slider. So he's got 4 pitches. So I was saying 3. He's got 4 pitches compared to Harrison's 2. That's why I like him above Harrison. I mean, people may disagree, but from what I've seen, I like Harrison or Birdsong over Harrison right now.
I think if Harrison can get a slider that's more of a sharper breaker, he could potentially be, a real frontline starter. But because I like, obviously his fastball, there's a lot to like for Harrison, and the changeup's been pretty effective for him. And then he's been cutting that fastball as well, which has been pretty successful for him. But he needs that slurvy slider just doesn't fool anybody.
No,
they're all picking it up, and he needs to get something more effective than that.
And here's another thing is, and I've said this before, is just recently, Birdsong's a little built up more too. He's got the stamina.
Yeah.
He could go the distance. Harrison, did he even get to 80? I don't think he even pitched 80 pitches in the minors the whole time he was in the minors. I think it was all below 70. I think the most he ever went was like 75 pitches, and that was it.
I think right at the tail end of his season last season, before he came up, he was right around that 80 pitch range. And then they brought him up, and then they let him go over 100.
Yeah.
Pretty early on. And it was like, what are we doing here, guys? And he was good. I mean, it was just kind of, it's like, I have no problem pushing these guys, but do it in the minors and let them build those arms up.
And what's nice about, because, one thing I was saying about Birdsong is his fastball. It's fast, but it's straight. But what helps him is he does have that off-speed stuff. So you got to honor that off-speed stuff. So then when he throws that fastball, it gets by guys because they may be sitting on that slow stuff. So it helps. But I sure would love to see him try to develop a 2-seamer just to get a little bit of that, kind of how like Jelly. Ooh, I like how Jelly and Bivens.
Yeah.
I'd
love to see him if he could like cut it a little bit
or even a cutter. Yeah.
Just get a couple different movements off of that fastball. Because you're right, it is straight. And just like you said, it's the fact that he can throw any pitch in any count is going to make it to where, guys aren't going to just sit on his fastball all the time. Because, when they do sit, you see what happens. I mean, we all saw that ball Austin Riley hit today.
Oh, he crushed that one out.
Thing was he was sitting on fastball and he got it and he didn't, and he doesn't when he's sitting on that. And but most guys, in any count, whether it's 2 strikes or not, like he can just throw a fastball by some guys because they can't just sit on it. And if you get, and that's what we saw a lot in Richmond this season before he even got called up, was his 2 main strikeout pitches were fastball and curveball. Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
trying to think of what the Giants are going to do when all these pitchers start coming back. Because I'm guessing Birdsong's probably going to go back to sack, right? There's no room. I mean, you got 3 pitchers. Yeah. 4, right? Harrison. Then after Harrison is going to be Snell. After Snell, it's probably going to be Cobb. And after Cobb, it's going to be Ray. So I don't know where everything fits into place. Yeah. I really don't want to see them. Maybe Bivens could be a bullpen piece. I really don't want to see Birdsong in the bullpen. Hicks
potentially.
Hicks is going to have to probably move to the bullpen, right?
That's probably going to be the one, I think.
Yeah.
I think right now, Harrison, they're basically running 2 bullpen games right now, and then Birdsong, Webb, and Hicks are the 3 that they're starting. So
and Webb.
Harrison and Webb, Hicks, Birdsong, and then 2 bullpen games. It's not in that order. Obviously, it's in some sort of order, but he can obviously Harrison and Snell come back, he'll still be in the rotation, I think. But, eventually they think Robbie Ray's going to be back, and eventually maybe Alex Cobb.
I just
still have my
worry.
doubts
Gosh,
there.
you know what I worry though? You got Birdsong, who's on such a good. He's good right now, right?
Yeah.
Why yank him when he's doing so good? And then you're taking a risk with Cobb. Granted, he's a veteran. I get it, but what if he's not effective? And then you kind of get Birdsong out of his groove. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking a little bit, but God, I would just hate to see. I'd much rather see Webb, Harrison, Birdsong. Gonna have to see Snell because you paid the money for him.
Yeah.
And then I guess see what Ray. I mean, the only thing with Ray, man, he's coming back awfully early off of Tommy John.
Yeah.
I've said this before. Yeah, sure, he might be doing fine in the minor leagues, but that's the minor leagues. They're major league pitchers, and they're gonna overwhelm them just by pure velocity.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Ray. I mean, we'll see. I'm not putting stock into what he's necessarily doing down there. I'm just wanting to see the pitch count go up. That's I've watched his outings. He's around the zone. I mean, the reality is, if you told me I needed to get 50 pitches out of a guy, I feel better about Ray than I do Snell right now.
Right.
What they can give you. Because Ray's at least around the zone, and his stuff looks good. Like, it looks like it did before the injury. Now, I don't know. I'm not in his head. I don't know what the feel is.
The only thing I didn't see his off-speed stuff. How was his off? Because I know his fastball was lively up in the zone. Yeah. But because his wipeout pitch is that slider.
Yeah,
and if
it looked fine. I mean, it's hard. It's a short outing. He only threw 3 innings or whatever, 3 1/3. Right. So only went about 48 pitches. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, if he can get built up to, 75 pitches, I think they're gonna, by the All-Star break. I wouldn't be shocked if he's there pretty quickly after that. I don't think they're gonna push him in the majors, but I could see them, letting him come up and try and give you 4 or 5 innings. He's way more efficient than Snell is, so he's a guy that he'll throw strikes usually.
All right, let me see. I think it was Andrew. Was it Andrew Baggerly? I'm trying to find his.
And Haruki put out the Hicks to the bullpen. He's at 85 innings already. Like, he's never thrown that many in a major league season.
Never.
And, we're not talking today. I mean, this is something that would probably happen in a month or two. And he's probably going to be already well past his, 130.
And he may be suffering, fatigue wise.
And it's not necessarily a long-term move. It just might be your arm is like, it's to protect him. Yeah, that's part of it. It's to protect you and to protect him.
Exactly. Here we go. Here's the latest that I saw earlier from Andrew. He goes, Giants pitching updates. Blake Snell will throw 75 to 80 pitches in a rehab start Wednesday in Reno. I don't know if that's a good place to do it. Then again, I guess it really doesn't matter.
Oh, it's just about in work. San Francisco. They're in Sacramento. I mean, I was just watching the game. They're playing Reno, but they're in Sacramento.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he probably meant against Reno. I don't know.
Robbie Ray will make his next rehab start on Thursday at Reno. He said at Reno again. Alex Cobb is scheduled for a rehab start Friday at a location to be determined. And Kyle Harrison will throw a light pin in Atlanta today. So that's your update for as far as the reinforcements for the rotation. I still worry about Snell.
Honestly, I'd give him 2 more starts in the minors. I wouldn't even try before the All-Star break, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Just, dude, get a couple starts. Get right. Give yourself 2 weeks or whatever until – I mean, they're kind of treading water right now. Actually, better than that. I mean, they've won 6 of their last 8. So that's – if they can somehow get into the my hope is at least they can find a way to do it, have a 3-3 road trip, and if they can go 4-2 at home, that gets them in at 1 game under 500 into the All-Star break. And that's at least they have a chance. If
You're
everyone's-
in, yeah, you're there. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think ideally you want to have I don't want to see a 3-3 road trip. I mean, you know,
I don't want to see it, but given
not-
who they're playing,
right, you will take it because then you're still 2 games under 500 when you'll still be, and that's like, man, I want them to get out of 500, man, because that tells you who you are as a team. I don't look at the standings because there's a lot of teams that suck, and at any given time they could go on. Look at what the Mets have done. Look what St. Louis has done. They're making the run, and that could very easily be the same for the Giants as well. That's why I'm looking to see how the teams play rather than seeing standings in the wild card. Look, this is July 2nd, guys. Looking at the standings now does nothing but just to show how weak the league is. That's it. Okay. If you want to look at it weekly, that's fine. Just to see what team is hot, what team isn't so hot, kind of sees you the where the momentum is. But to sit there and say, hey, they're a lock in for a wild card, to say that here now, that's you're putting the cart ahead of the horse at that point, and you can't do that. Now, when you get into August, of course, September, now you start looking at the standings and see who you have to jump. That's the issue right there. So, and a lot of it's going to be dependent. What do the Giants do at the trade deadline? Does Farhan take a gamble, or does he just stand pat and just say, "Hey, we got all these pitchers back. We don't need to do anything else"? That's one thing I don't want to see. I mean, where would you upgrade? Where would you upgrade right now?
I've said I want to see them do a buy and sell, if that makes sense. Like, I want to see them move off.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I want to see them move off a couple bets to get, guys like, clear the way for Matos. Like, just get the guys out of his way and let him play. The team is better with him. I don't know if you saw the thing I tweeted out a little bit ago. I did a little deep dive just because out of curiosity, and it's a team sport. It's not like a starting quarterback or anything like that. And even then it's still a team sport. But I did a look at what the Giants record was when Yaz starts, what their record is when Slater's starting, and what their record is when Matos.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
Overlap.
We did that last night. Yeah, we did that last night. We did it with, it's the same record with Matos. We did it when
Matos is the only one with a winning record.
With Matos and Ramos in the same lineup, what is the Giants' record? And it was 15-13. We looked at it the other one. Now it's what? 16-13 now, right? With the
but he didn't start today. That's why. Like, They started.
Gotcha.
And if they started, he's there with Matos. It's 15-13. With Yaz after today, it's 25-25, and with Slater, it's 8-12.
So you got 500 below with the vets, and you got above 500 with the kid.
Yeah. Which, and to me, yes, it's a team sport. Like, I'm not saying like he's the only, obviously, but the thing I keep hearing from some people that are like, well, you can't just get rid of a vet because, he's not necessarily better, and these guys give them a better chance to win. And I'm like, the record doesn't show that, everybody. It's like
Roman,
there's only one.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you were the one that was bagging on Ramos too. Look where the guy is right now. But anyways, he says, Matos is the only one with a negative WAR out of the 3 of them. So you know
what WAR doesn't measure?
Hey, exactly. What doesn't it measure? Go ahead.
What doesn't it measure? WAR does not measure the little things. Mm-hmm. WAR doesn't measure the balance it brings to a lineup when you get another contact guy in there. WAR doesn't measure the success he's had with runners in scoring position because he consistently puts the ball in play. It doesn't measure those things.
No.
Yes. Is he a
WAR is an estimate?
Liability?
Oh, it is. That's all it is. It's an estimate.
Yeah. It doesn't you can't measure having a deeper, more balanced lineup. That doesn't work.
Roman, you don't make any sense. You got the. Are you serious? Are you defending playing Yaz and Slater over Matos? Is that what you're trying to say? Because you want to talk about dumb? That's pretty dumb, man. Because you got a young kid that's 20. What is he? Is he 23 yet? I think he might be 23 now.
He's 22.
He's still 20. He's only 22 years old, and he's getting his teeth cut at the major league level. That's what you want. That's what you need from your young guys. What is the aversion to playing kids? I see this a lot. I don't understand the aversion to playing the kids to see what they got. Yeah. I don't understand it because this kid, he may have it, he may not. We're not saying that he's going to be a superstar. We're just saying let him play and see what you got. Look what's happened with Ramos.
Yeah.
And guess what? You know what I like? You got one thing I see in Ramos is he's a leader. And he can help Matos. He can help these young guys that are coming up. He can help Luciano if he ever makes it. Luciano had another good game today, by the way, Cody. Yeah. Another home run.
Yeah.
So,
did you see the game Bryce had?
It makes no sense. What's that?
You see the game Bryce has had?
What's he doing?
Bryce hit a homer, then he followed it with a 2 RBI single, and then he got intentional walked with guys on second and third.
No,
they didn't want anything to do with him.
That was today?
Yeah, that was today.
Did you go down there on Sunday and watch, or you didn't get a chance to?
No, I totally. In some reason in my head, I was thinking of Salem because they used to have the volcanoes over there.
Oh.
And that's like a 3-hour drive. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I like pulled
Eugene's
up the park. It's like 5 hours and 15 minutes. And I'm like, that's a hike. I'm not doing that both ways. I wouldn't have gotten home till like 1.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
But yeah, Roman, the point I was making isn't so much that Matos today is better than Yaz and Slater. I think he's better than Slater. I'm not saying that he's a better player than Yaz. The point I'm making is everybody says that those guys give him a better chance to win, so that because of that you can't play him. And the fact is they're winning just fine with him in the lineup. He has had no impact on them winning and losing. Well, actually, he's had plenty of impact on them winning because there's been a lot of games where he's
but not on the losing.
Big time contributor to their wins. But you just look at the records and it's showing that they could handle having him in the lineup just fine and letting him develop at the major league level.
Yeah, why not?
You're playing a guy that is part of your future, hopefully, and hopefully a core piece going forward. And you can do that while trying to compete now.
Could you see that? You could see Jung-Hoo Lee in left, Ramos in center, Matos in right, or
I think Matos will be in left. Honestly,
he'll be in left. Okay, let me ask you this: who do you think is a better center fielder, Lee or Ramos? Take everything in consideration, not just the defense.
If I was just picking a player, like if it was, pick Ramos or Lee going forward, and like you only have one, I would take Ramos every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Lee was really good in center, and I actually really liked Ramos in right field, and I like his arm.
But do you see what Ramos is doing? Did you see that catch he made today?
Oh, it was great. And the fact that he can play center field is
and awesome. He could get to these balls. He gets on his horse and he gets to him. So much so that in the Dodger series, he overran one. It's just he's got
I think Lee is a little bit more natural out there.
Natural.
Just from what I saw. He just seemed a little bit better jumps overall. And I just like I said, I really like Ramos in right field. I think those two,
but that's what I want to see. I want to see those three guys. I want to see Matos, Ramos, and Lee.
Yeah. Those how it is in Oracle. You basically need 2 center fielders. Between center and right. So it's not like it's like, hey, Ramos, here's a down, here's a demotion. You're going to right. It's like when you're playing right in Oracle, that's like as hard of a position to play in majors. So yeah. So I think that would be my hope. There's a couple guys in the minors that we'll see if they ever get opportunities. You just never know what they may do with them. But
do you think they upgrade? I don't know, man. It depends on the guess. I don't think Luciano's ready for this year. I think maybe you just keep him in AAA. I don't know. Do you think they make him for a shortstop?
Yeah, and Luciano has like 300 bats in AAA now between last season and this season. Like it's not the end of the world. As much as I want to see him, it's not the end of the world if he's, if he gets, another couple hundred at bats down there, like it's fine. Now they are going to be in the situation that they were in this season with Ramos. If they wait till next season and you absolutely can't get to the situation they were in with Bart, Is the way I would look at it. Because this season they're on Ramos's last option year. So it was, you got to figure it out before he's out of options. With Bart, they were in the situation where he was out of options and they had to move him for nothing, basically.
Yep.
So you can't get to that point with Luciano. You either need to figure it out or trade him while he has value. I mean, that's my opinion on that. Lori, is it true Matos is a liability in the outfield? Okay. Is he great? No. I don't think he's a liability, though.
I don't think he's a liability.
I don't think he's, a big positive out there for sure. I think he has upside. I don't think he should be in center or right. But, yeah.
The show's better now that Cody's on and he got rid of that Dave guy. Oh, man. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. But what do you think?
Someone said
someone had another question. Who was it? Do you remember?
I don't know. It said, Dynasty Man, you got a question. Send it again, whoever it was.
It's PK. Yeah, he yes. Sometimes he says something and then he said something way in the past and you have to go hunt for it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, just throw it in there, man. I'm not scrolling that far. I scrolled a little bit.
Do you think are we seeing the end of Estrada, or I don't know, because I know he's hurt, but maybe are we seeing the end of Estrada and maybe Wilmer Flores? Because I like what Wisely's doing out there, man.
For anyone that's listened to mine, I am way higher on Wisely than I am Tyro.
Yeah, I love Wisely. He's getting it done, man.
And also, Wisely just jumped so high up my rankings of favorite Giants as soon as it came out that he was a Savannah Banana. That is the funniest thing I've heard.
I never knew he was a Savannah Banana. He was a Savannah Banana.
For 7.
Wow.
The guard
how long?
Himself for 7 games.
No
I'm about to
kidding.
get like a garden gnome outfit and then put a banana on it, like one of those banana things for Halloween, and just say I'm Brett Wisely on Halloween.
That's
next
funny.
year.
That's funny. Nice. Wow. But I don't know. Where do you upgrade? I mean, and where does Farhan go? We're still, we're about a month away, right? Just under a month away from the trade deadline. So where do you think the moves? Do you think I don't think it's going to be a rotation piece, because that's kind of set with all the guys coming back. There's really no room. Do you upgrade for space? Do you trade Wade, or do you keep Wade? Do you keep
if I could
shortstop? I don't think you're going to mess with an outfielder.
Yeah.
Unless they trade Conforto, but
depend on who is there. Because I like Luis Robert Jr., but I don't know if I'd necessarily blow it up for him. I just don't think it's the cost. I've kind of soured a little bit on that. Ryan knows he's watched enough of my stuff. Bo Bichette would be my number 1.
Bo Bichette.
That said, if Kyle Tucker somehow is available and I thought you could get a long-term deal done, I would do it. And I'd figure it out. That guy is legit. That's a 3-hitter. And so
okay. Links in your lineup, because
Cody Steliark on Bobo. Are you not a Bo Bichette fan?
Honestly, I looked at his numbers of what he's doing this year. It's kind of, but I understand it's just this year. I don't know really his whole body of work, but it's because it seemed like he was kind of a typical Giants hitter. But
yeah, my thing with Bichette is if you look at his, I
saw that,
his spray chart, we'll call it, his pull, center, oppo, he's still doing about the same as he's done in the past. If you look at his line drive, fly balls, ground balls, like everything looks, the peripheral numbers all look very similar. But he's just having a bad year. I mean, guys go through it. I'm a believer that he'll get it figured out though. And, when he's right, like he's a 300 hitter, a legit 300 hitter. He would step in and probably be either their best or second best hitter, depending on how Ramos is doing, and he's a legitimate number 2 hitter. And I think if you get him in and you get Matos into the lineup every day, all of a sudden you're going to have quite a few contact oriented guys in the lineup, and I like the balance it brings. I don't think you're giving outs away at many places in the lineup. I'm not saying everybody's a great hitter, but I think you have guys that you have good length to your lineup at that point and good balance.
And the thing is, you gotta see who's, because right now, who's your best hitters right now? Honestly, it's kind of you kind of got 3 hitters. You got Wade, you got Ramos, and you got Bailey. Well, no, you got Wisely. So now with Wade, I forgot. Now you got 4.
Yeah.
The thing is who's gonna protect some of these threats in your lineup? That's gonna be the key.
Yeah.
Chapman is hit. He's hot and cold, man. He strikes out a ton, which I hate seeing. But when he does make contact, it's always hard. But that's few and far between. Soler, it was nice to see him hit a home run today. I think, and you tell me
well in June,
and tell me this, and him hitting in the leadoff spot. I've been saying this a few times on the show. It seems like he doesn't have the pressure with guys in running and guys with in scoring position where he just go out there and do his thing without driving in a run. You know what I'm saying? Get on base, do whatever you got to do. Later on in the game, you have that situation, but to start off the game, it's a clean slate.
And he's
stress
drawing
about
walks again.
Yeah.
He's not chasing everything. He chased one today for, the second strikeout. The first strikeout kind of got hosed on a low pitch. That was pretty clearly low. And, whatever, it happens. The second one, he chased, but overall in June, he's chased way less. Like he's not diving out at every slider off the plate away. And, his at bat quality is really good right now. So,
yep.
To answer your question, I don't know who's going to protect at this point. I would like Bailey a little further down in the lineup, but the problem is who honestly is hitting where in this current lineup, because you've got 3 or 4 guys that are best suited to be a 6 hitter.
Mm-hmm.
If Conforto gets right, I like Conforto being right behind Ramos. If you're
that makes sense.
But he went through that pretty rough skid when he first came back from the injury. So
he certainly hasn't found it yet. Talking Conforto,
he's played better the last week.
But that's one guy you probably would want to trade for the simple fact that he's going to walk in the offseason anyway. So you might as well get something from him because it makes sense. It makes sense if he's not necessarily contributing to the team at that time. Trade him. Some team probably could use him. Maybe, I don't know. But who do you get in return? I don't think you're going to be able to trade a Conforto for another, not for another better outfielder.
Look at a team's top 30 and pick someone in the, 12 to 15 range. That's probably what you get for him. That's reality. That's what you get. I mean, they have a few guys that would have value if they needed to sell. Like I think Tyler Rogers, you could get a decent prospect for. Doval, you could obviously get a good prospect if they were to move him. Tyro Wade, you could get solid prospects for these guys. But I don't necessarily want to just see a fire sale. I don't think this team is super far away from competing even with the younger players. And I do like the idea of at least trying to win with the young guys out there. So you do need to kind of supplement those guys with some vets. So I don't want to just see them blow it up entirely. But especially because I do think going into next season where you're already, if you look forward to even 2025, you're going to have probably Webb, Snell, Robbie Ray, hopefully a healthy Robbie Ray after his Tommy John having come back. And then Harrison and I don't know, maybe Hicks or Birdsong or, some combination of those 6 guys, basically. You should be able to compete with that. And figure out the lineup a little bit. But, that's why I don't want to just completely just drop a nuke in this team. I don't think that's necessary.
Right. LeGrand Admiral says Jose Calabrero isn't a star, but good trade target to upgrade at shortstop down the stretch. Yeah, he's a young kid, right? If not mistaken. Wasn't his last year his first year, right?
I'm trying to remember how old he is.
All right, what do we got? Dan says Hicks will be in the pin come August, if not before. They're going to have to. If you want anything out of him, right, Dan? If you want anything out of that guy, he's going to have to, because otherwise, if you wear him out, then he ain't going to be useless anywhere or useful anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I if you want to get anything out of him in September, I think you're going to have to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He says he's 27, pre-arb for years, swipes bags. Get rid of the swipe bags, because that doesn't mean nothing unless the team decides to actually steal more often. Because right now, that's not a value to the Giants. It just isn't.
That's why I want that's why I would love to see them get Ha-Seong Kim in the offseason.
His career numbers aren't as good as I thought they were.
You kind of have to ignore the average for him. Like, he's a guy that
he's got pop.
To me, if you have speed, like if you're a power speed guy, I can look past an average if you can get on base at a 350 clip and also swipe a bunch of bags. Because at that point, I'm going to value the walks and things like that a lot more than I do with, yes, I know a lot of people love him. I really like Lamont Wade, but the walks are great and all, but when you aren't a threat to go to second or third or anything, like he's a station to station runner.
He's a station to station.
It limits the value of your walks. Not all walks are created equal. When Ellie De La Cruz walks, he walks his way into a triple. Like, there's a difference.
Correct. Yes.
So Ha-Seong Kim, yes, the numbers don't just like stand out, but he is still an above average hitter. When he's still a 30 to 40 stolen base threat, somewhere in that range. I mean, he's on pace.
His best buds on the Giants. And his best buds on
and he's an elite defender at 3 spots. You pick which spot you want him. Second, third, short, doesn't matter. He'll be your best. I guarantee you he would be the best defender at each of those positions on the team. So that's where I like Ha-Seong Kim a lot. I want the speed and I want the defense, and he's got a little pop. He can hit 20 to go with.
That would be interesting. So. He's a free agent too, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's not a trade deadline, because the Padres are they're always in it, and they're doing better. Like I said, the Mets are doing better too.
They wouldn't trade it. They wouldn't trade him to the Giants anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's like the whole Soto thing. Everyone was talking about him in the offseason. I'm like, they're never going to make that trade. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh, here, I talked about this on my show yesterday on Military History Chronicles. He says, man, it's hot outside. My poor dogs and cats are exhausted in this devil heat. All right, guys, here's my little public service announcement out here. Those of you who are in the Central Valley of California, or heck, even all the way up into Redding, down into probably Fresno, going through a massive heat wave, and it's going to last over a week. We're talking about temperatures that are going to be like 110 plus, like for the next 4 or 5 days. So please make sure you guys are looking after not only your friends and family, but look after your little 4-legged friends. Those of you who are pet owners, take that responsibility. Bring your dogs in, bring your cats in if you can. I know cats, man, they can handle the heat pretty damn good, but just still have them come in, cool off, make sure they're hydrated, make sure there's places of shade that they could go stay in, because, man, it's absolutely miserable. And on the same token, man, if you see some people out there, you see a lot of homeless out there. If you see them under some kind of duress, man, give them some damn water. Let's treat people with some dignity. Just because they're in unfortunate circumstances doesn't mean you can't be a good human and help somebody out, especially in this weather. You gotta get out there and help these people, because we're in these nice air conditioned homes. A lot of people aren't able to do that. So just let's go out there and be good human beings. Come on. All right.
Absolutely. Should I tell you it's going to be 75 here tomorrow?
Yeah. Thanks, AB. Man, 75. God, it ain't going to get 75 here until 1 o'clock in the morning, dude.
They might not even get that overnight.
Man, dude.
We're peaking at, looking ahead, it looks like we're peaking at 90. Oh, actually, 95 on Sunday. I might die.
See, you're getting some of it too. Yeah.
That's brutal.
You guys don't have much air conditioning up there
We're
either.
not
do you?
using it. Oh, my house has air conditioning. That was the first dang thing I did when I built my house. They were like, what do you want? And I go,
What?
AC. I don't, and they were like, well, it's gonna cost it. I just told them I don't care. Just add it to the list, man. Not doing it.
Look at Dan. Hey man, what a classy sidekick Dave has. You could call me, hey, call me sidekick, call me a minion, call me a you. I was called a you today, man. It said Dan and you. He called me a you, man. Can't even say my name. Steven Ortega. I don't forget your name. Anyways. All right.
Cody's in paradise. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, Pacific Northwest is about as good as it gets during this time of year.
See, and this is something that we always do in the
Pretty
summertime
great.
anyways. You know, we keep the air on for a little while and then we turn it off. And then at night, we just open all the windows and it just gets beautiful. But you can't do that until freaking 1 o'clock in the damn morning, man. Freaking ridiculous.
Thanks, Lori.
The older guy. You see that, Dan? You're the older guy. DG 110, 114 was normal when I went to school in Chico. And back then, nobody was talking about heat waves or climate change. I don't know about 110 and 114 in Chico. I mean, it would occasionally hit 100, but 110 and 114. I grew up in Tracy my whole life, and it never got that hot. You know, you would see again, you'd hit an occasional 100, maybe 105, but 110 and 114. You know where the hottest I've ever felt? There's two places. Kind of going off topic, but hey, we've been talking a bunch of Giants. I was stationed at Luke Air Force Base, middle of summer, driving a flight line. The ambient temperature outside was like over 120 degrees. That was the ambient air temperature. On the flight line itself, because of the radiant heat off the concrete and the jet exhaust, it was 150 degrees on the flight line. That was the most. I have never felt anything like that in my entire life until I was deployed to the desert. Listen to this. This was in February. It was 100 degrees and 100% humidity.
Thank you.
That was the most I would take that 150 on the flight line of Luke Air Force Base. Then in the desert, 100 degrees, 100% humidity. The buildings we were working in, because there was so much moisture, they were dripping like it was raining because it was so miserable, man. Anyways.
Yeah. I spent a year and a half in Florida, and I mean, you it kind of
gets up there. Oh, I missed it.
It's like always 95 with like 90% humidity during the summer. It's just brutal.
Thanks, Bay Area. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Did you see Luis Robert not throw the ball home?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
I don't care. I don't care how many. He had to have forgotten how many outs.
He must have.
Yeah.
How do you not throw that home? It wasn't deep either.
No, I mean, I think he would have had a shot. The guy probably scores, if I'm being honest, but you have to throw it.
You got to throw it, man.
He had to have fallen, or he had to have forgotten how many outs there were and just totally brain farted. I mean, I saw Mike Yastrzemski do that last season. Now, not in that situation,
right?
But I saw him do it in LA where, he just totally forgot. So, yeah. It's a bad look, but I mean, I like, I like him. He has superstar potential, but I like our crop of outfielders. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest. I like, even regardless of our feelings on Jung-Hoo Lee, like I think he's still going to be a good player, but even beyond him and Matos and Ramos, Bishop's really had a really good year in sack. He was actually playing a better than league average in Richmond. I mean, you look at his numbers, they're not overly impressive, but the Eastern League, especially in the colder months, it's just a brutal place to hit. And since he got to sack, he's been really solid. And then Grant McCray, I mean, I was talking on my live stream yesterday, I was talking with the guy there, and I was like, if I could pick one guy in the Giants system to just like figure it out and hit his potential, it might be Grant McCray, just because athletically he might be the most gifted player in their entire system. I mean, he could steal you 50 plus bags and and he also has like 20 homer power, big time extra base hit power. He's a guy that could probably hit you 20 homers, 30 doubles, and 10 triples in a season.
Wow.
But he's got a ton of swing and miss. So like,
how's he doing right now? I mean,
outfielders.
I know you probably already put a video out. Did you already do your video for a minor league report?
Yeah, it's a long one. We went like 2 hours and 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I brought Ricky. There's a guy Ricky I know that's on
nice.
there that
Good.
He knows his stuff on minor leagues. Like
Wow.
he's kind of like me. He watches a ton of the games and
Nice.
he follows a lot of the kind of the under the radar guys a lot more than I do. So I brought him on to kind of talk about some of those guys. And
I know you'll be on tomorrow talking about the minor league report. But how's McCray doing? Is he doing good?
Yeah, he had a good weekend.
Is he stealing bags? That's what I want to know. We'll just go there and then
I think he has 6 in Sacramento.
Is he? Okay.
More in Sac than he did in Richmond.
Our good friend Robert Duville, he goes to all these different minor league games. He goes to San Jose, he goes to Sacramento, he goes to San Francisco, watch the big club. He was saying, guess who was at the San Jose complex?
Who was over there?
Watch. Let's see how many people in the chat even know who this is. Mr. Vince Coleman. So that's interesting that the Giants are enlisting the help of one of the greatest base stealers in the game in Vince Coleman. So it makes me wonder.
Guys at the lower levels.
And it's teaching guys at the lower level. So it tells me there's some maybe there's a change going on. Maybe they're starting to value something here. So let's see. Let's see if this leads to anything. But that's awesome to hear because Vince Coleman, man, whoo.
Well, you're killing
that
me,
guy,
dude.
man. He could freaking steal, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, they, and it's funny, earlier in the year, Sacramento had the most steals in the PCL. Like the River Cats were running all over teams.
Yeah.
Giants don't, it's unfortunately it is what it is. But today Ramos in the, it was like the 3rd inning, he gets on and he steals second. It's like, can we get more of this?
I know.
Like, even if he got thrown out and, the umpire was ready to call him out and then they showed the replay and I'm like, I think his hand might have beaten it, but, it
might have been. It would have been close. It would have been close, but he dropped. But that's part of a steal because you're forcing you're putting the pressure on the catcher to make the right throw. That's what it's all about. It's not always just being able to outright get the bag. It's about, are they going to make the throw to be able to get you?
If the Giants have 2 outs and a runner on first, and that runner is Tyler Fitzgerald, Elliot Ramos, Luis Matos, Matt Chapman, Brett Wisely, like I'm running. Like I'm just, I mean, do you want to run into outs? No, but I'm just put the pressure on them and try and swipe some bags. And then you only need a hit to score a run. These are all guys with plus speed that can swipe a bag. So, I mean, that's just my feelings looking at these guys, but yeah. Lori, the reason I know a lot about the Giants system is because I basically watch a bunch of minor league games all day. This is what I do. I watch baseball.
Yep.
You
are the resident minor league aficionado. Yes.
Although Diego Velasquez might have broken his foot or ankle the other day, which sucks because he was having a nice year and I like him. Yeah. Fouled one off his foot and he just went down. Yeah. Had the shin guard on too. It just missed it.
Damn. So. All right. What do we got here? What do we got? What do you want to? I played it in the beginning. Should I play it again? Why not? Because it's getting close. Have you made your votes for All-Star yet there, Cody?
Oh yeah, like just through the MLB ballots and everything.
Yeah. Have you voted?
I did. I was throwing my votes in for Ramos, and I voted for Ramos and Bailey.
You voted for Ramos. There we go. Yeah. Because Ramos is an all-star. I love that guy, man. I love watching him, man. And can we real quick? Let's go just talk a little bit because I know we already talked about Ramos, but don't you just love his right field approach, man? God, it's just it's a thing of beauty, man. I love watching him come up the bat.
I think he's the guy that he's going to get the right day where he gets the right launch on one in the day game, and he's going to be the righty that puts one in the cove. If he stays around here for a long time, he has the power. It's just going to have to be the right. That's the hard part. Is it has to be the right launch on the right day. It's not.
It does. There's atmospheric conditions that need to be in line for you to be able to do that. There's no doubt. But yeah, I can see him doing it. Posey almost did it. How about you knock down those pillars out there? I don't give a crap about those water cannons.
Yeah,
just knock them down, man. Knock them down.
It sucks because that was definitely getting there.
It was.
Fort Lewis, Will. Nice. It's right down the street from me. I mean, it's like 30 minutes, but it's close enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Yeah, I hope he gets to be an all-star. He deserves it. He's the only one, to be honest. I mean, yeah, Bailey could get some votes, but
my gut says Webb's going to be the guy.
But it should be Ramos. But there's so many other outfield.
And if I had to choose one, as much as I want Ramos to end that stupid streak with no homegrown outfield all-star.
Yeah.
The fact that Webb hasn't been an all-star the last few years just doesn't sit great with me. Like, he should be an all-star. But I mean, historically, he's been a bit more of a second half pitcher, so I get it. But like last season, Alex Cobb was an all-star, and I get he had a good first half, but it's like at some point Webb's kind of done his, he's paid his dues, so to speak, and he deserves it.
I
So
get
if
it.
they only get one.
Well, he actually got selected, but because he couldn't pitch, so he got right? Isn't that what happened?
They still count him as you still get counted as having been an all-star if you get selected.
Oh, I see. Maybe not. I thought he did. I could have sworn he did. No,
unfortunately.
Wow.
I want Ramos though. He, especially when you look at the other, outfielders in the NL. There's not. You look at it, and he's put up like the same numbers, if not better numbers than most of these guys, and he's played a month less than all of them.
Exactly. Hey, let's take a look at this. I brought this up the other day, and it's always good to look at it. It kind of gives you a visual representation of what. Ooh. Hold on.
Yeah.
You might have to read this.
Yeah. And I mean, he's now technically he's number 3.
Yes. Hold on. Okay, I'll keep that there. I'll come back to it. Hold on. There's an actual article on Mr. Ramos. Oops. That's not the one I wanted. It's on the main Baseball Savant, but it takes you to here. This longtime top prospect is playing like an all-star. Airplanes have never been Elliot Ramos' favorite thing. But when the outfielder was called up from AAA Sacramento to join the Giants at Coors Field early in May, he was willing to make the exception. I don't love flying, but as long as it's to be in the big leagues, I'll take it. On May 8th, his first game of the year in the majors, Ramos delivered a RBI single in his very first at-bat in a Giants 8-6 win over the Rockies. He had 2 hits in 3 of his next 4 starts and recorded at least 1 hit in 11 of his first 14 games. Pretty quickly, Ramos had made it clear that this time was different. In 34 games in 2022 and 2023 across 8 stints in the majors, none lasting longer than 2 weeks, something that NorCal Sports Network has been talking about and drilling over and over. Ramos posted a 158, 220, 250 slash line. But since his 2024 debut in Colorado, the one-time top prospect has been one of MLB's best. Has been one of MLB's best young hitters and has made himself a true candidate for the 2024 All-Star Game. Everybody knew it was getting there, Giants infielder David Villar said. It was just a matter of when he figured it out. The league is seeing that he can figure it out now. Here's how Ramos has turned things around in his stellar start in 2024. There's a couple of clips here. The Puerto Rico product cracked the top 100 in 2018. At number 63 in 2019, he was 92. In 2020, he was 65. In 2021, he's 81. Praise for his bat speed, his quickness on the base paths, and his powerful right-handed bat. Ramos initially showed why the Giants selected him 19th overall in the 2017 would be Mr. Brian Sabian and Bobby Evans. In his first season of rookie ball, Ramos at 348 with 6 homers, 10 steals, and 27 RBIs in just 35 games. Here, let's actually get into the bigger things here.
Which he has 38 RBIs now. He's 1 RBI behind Chapman and Tyro. I mean, Chapman's hot, so maybe he holds him off for another week. But I think Ramos is going to be the team leader, and once he gets it, he's not going to look back. The way his season's gone.
Giants manager Bob Melvin acknowledged it can be difficult for players like Ramos to find success right away, especially when at-bats are limited early on. Well, that's why is his at-bats limited, or were limited? Anyways, it's very hard, and typically you come up here as a young player and you don't get an everyday opportunity. Other teams don't have a problem with that.
I was about to say, maybe not
other
here.
teams don't have issues. He should know. Melvin should know with the A's, man. They always play their young guys. Anyways, Ramos got a little more playing time in 2023, starting 17 of the 25 contests he played in. Still, his longest stretch with San Francisco before being optioned was only 9 games. And out of those 9 games, how many did he start? I bet
Probably
you it was
4.
only a handful.
Or maybe
exactly.
5 top.
Overall, Ramos hit 179 with 1 home run and a 537 OPS. It's always hard, but it is what it is. Ramos said of splitting time between the majors and minors. Every time you come up, it doesn't matter if it's 1 game or 3 games. You will want to perform, and you want to show that you can. Ramos has shown he's more than capable of performing at a high level. His 294, 368, 508 slash line entering Tuesday weren't proof enough. Just check out his StatCast page. That shows Ramos' batted ball data is elite. Look at that. Here we go. 53% hard hit rate, 95th percentile. 16.5% barrel rate, 97th percentile. Expected slugging percentage, that's a little bit weird, but we'll just go with slugging. 93rd percentile, 92.5 mile per hour average exit velocity in the 93rd percentile. The 366 expected weighted on base average, a metric accounting for quality of contact, strikeouts, and walks, puts him in the top 10% of qualified MLB hitters. Every time he hits it, I feel like it's really hard, Giants catcher Patrick Bailey said. He's putting up good at-bats, not chasing a lot, taking his walks. It's been really cool to watch. The young outfielder has shown the ability to hit balls to all fields with 42% of his batted balls classified as straightaway, one of the lowest pull rates in the MLB. Remember, what did we just talk about? How he likes to go to right field. That's who I am, Ramos said. I'm not trying. That's just how my swing path works. I'm honestly trying to get a good pitch to hit and just trying to hit it hard. I like that little bravado. I like it. He's certainly hitting the ball hard. Ramos's elite contact metrics are in the part due to an average bat speed of 75.5 miles per hour, tied with Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani for 13th in all of the MLB. His fast swing rate, percentage of swings at 75 plus, cracks the top 10. Man, you're tight. Look at these numbers, Cody.
Yeah.
The results Ramos has seen in 2024 is simply a testament to the skills that made him a first-round draft pick. Everybody knew he was getting there. It's just a matter of time until he figured it out. The league is okay. We already read that. His newfound success isn't due to tweaked mechanics or refined approach. He credited a positive mentality and consistent work ethic, things he hopes to maintain over the grind over a long season that reached its halfway point last year. Look at this, guys. I'm going to tell you something right here where he talks about he credits a positive mentality. When Dan interviewed him in the spring training of 2023, he mentioned that during the interview, talking about having that right mental space to be able to produce. And that this game, as much as, you want your God-given talent, it's between the ears is just as important as what's going on as far as out on the diamond. I'll get tired for sure, but it is what it is. Nothing can destroy the mindset, obviously, or the mindset, obviously. Man, I like this guy. I like this guy. Seizing the moment. Let's see what we got here. Has remained productive as he nears 2 minutes. I don't want to keep reading here. Let's see. He's taking advantage. That's just that at the plate. Ramos has also been above average defender in the outfield. Outs above average in arm value. Since early June, he's been a Giants' everyday center field, a position Ramos doesn't take lightly. He was thrilled to play center field and wear number 24 on June 24th in memory of the great all-time great Willie Mays. It's a great opportunity. It's an honor, and obviously, because obviously you know who played center field for them back in the day. It's good to feel that they can trust me in center field, and they know that I can do a good job up there. Nice. Okay. His WAR, I'm not too worried about WAR. It's an estimate. It's nice, but
yeah. It does a decent job of encapsulating value. But
that is awesome.
It's like I was saying earlier, where it doesn't factor in the things it does to the entire team when guys like that are on there. When Matos comes up and energizes an entire team with an insane week where he has 16 RBIs, and like when Ramos is doing what he's doing, like, Ramos, it says he's worth, 2.5 wins or whatever, 2.5 wins above replacement. There's no chance in hell this team would only have 2 less wins if he hadn't been here. Like, I'm sorry, that team was dead in the water, and it doesn't factor in the big home runs he's hit late in games, the big hits he's had late in games. I mean, there's been several games they've won where he was the offense. They won a game in Texas 3-1 where he was the offense. So it doesn't, it's just, like you said, it's an estimate, but it doesn't factor in, it's not going to be perfect. Nothing's perfect with this stuff. So
where the hell is the search for this damn thing? They used to have it where you just typed in a name. Where the hell is it? Looking up Baseball Savant.
Yeah. Oh, I have it. I was gonna ask if you looked at his.
Dang, what the heck is going
insane.
on? Yeah, it's insane, man. How the heck do you?
Am I able to present?
Yeah, try if you can. Go for it, man.
Be able to. I pulled it up just because I was curious.
Yeah, I like looking at that. Normally, when I just bring it right up, it shows there it is. Here we go.
This doesn't have today's on there, but
look at that.
It's a lot of red, everyone. that's a lot.
That's a lot, and red is good, by the way, guys. That means you're closer to the great and not the poor.
Yes. I mean, he has all the batted metrics almost all of the batted ball metrics are in the 90+ percentile.
Right.
The whiff and the K percentage. Yeah, I think as he gets more experience, that can get improved. But the fact that he's middle of the pack on chase, which again, I'd love to see that get a little better, but I will take that. Like, that's solid. He's not a liability with his chase rate. His walks really good. The fielding, he's obviously got solid value there across the board. And then his sprint speed, he's 74th percentile.
Exactly.
And then even breaking it down further, where's the you can go by pitch type. You can look at what he's done against fastballs, breaking balls off speed. And I mean,
you could get molecular on this, man.
Yeah. I mean, look at his slugging percentage against all of these: 495 on fastball, 486 on a breaking ball, 500 on off speed. He's crazy. Just crushing. So
he's just crushing everything. Luka Dan says it's with Ramos and Matos playing, they're 3 games above 500. Without them, they're 5 games under. Without the both of them. Interesting.
Exactly.
Ryan wants to know, because we're going to shut it. It's already 11 o'clock. We're going to have to wrap it up here.
Sure.
What about Chapman and Soler? How do they look on that? I know Chapman's pretty up there on the Baseball Savant.
What happened to the person? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. I'll try and find them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Of them.
Cool. I could actually bring up StatCast or StatHead where it compares both of them, but it doesn't have the percentile of where they are.
Yeah, it'll just take a second. I just didn't think everyone wanted to watch the Google on this, because for some reason my search bar in Baseball Savant is not showing up for me. So All right, so here we go. We'll start with Chapman.
I like what Justin Rosenthal says here. He's let your draft picks figure it out in the show. I'm sick of us playing vets just because they've been good in the past. Look, yes, I agree with part of that. Yeah. Just because the vets have good numbers, if you're seeing diminished returns, you know what? You got to move on. Unless you got elite guys. No, don't get me wrong. There's vets out there that play at a high level still, but you got to see where those vets are trending, because if they're starting to trend in the wrong direction, well, then the past doesn't matter no more, because now you're a different player. I totally agree with you, Justin. Good point.
You guys all seen the movie Jumanji, where he comes out of the board game and he goes, "What year is it?" That's how I feel every time someone brings up, well, Slater was great 4 years ago.
I know.
Yaz was great in 2020. I'm like, it's 2024, guys.
Exactly. All right, here's Matt Chapman. Nowhere near where Ramos is.
Yeah. Really good in a lot of aspects. I mean, the batted ball metrics are still really good. The bat speed's crazy. His sprint speed, I think that's one of the impressive things with Chapman. 87th percentile. He moves really well. How about fielding run value being in the 39th percentile for a guy known for his glove?
Exactly, because he has no range. He's got an arm, so when the ball is hit to him, he's good. But if it gets away from him a little bit, he doesn't have the range. Now you look up Nolan Arenado, and then now you're going to see a guy in the great category.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. He's a good
in there.
He's a good third baseman. I'm not saying that, but he has his issues as well.
Yeah, he's not a perfect player, and I think most of us knew that. The defense has been and I don't want to sit there and kind of poo-poo on his defense a ton.
It's been good.
It's been really good. He's made a bit more careless errors than I think any of us would have thought. Yeah. But he's made a lot of really spectacular plays, some game-saving plays. The one in New York comes to mind. I mean, that for what I've seen in my life, that might be the greatest defensive play I've ever seen to end a game. That one he made in New York in my lifetime. I mean, it was pretty insane. But it's just, is he a guy that you want to go hand a 5-year deal to if he opts out? And to me, it's a no. I was fine with him on the opt-out contract. Like, I can live with this deal. Even if he opts in for another year. Yeah, and even if he, if he plays like he has, and then he opts in again, like if he can replicate these kind of seasons, I'm like, I can live with it. I think he's playing just well enough that he probably could opt out and get a better deal.
Right.
At the end, because regardless of what we think of the WAR statistic, there's a lot of baseball minds around the game that love it, and I think he's on pace to have like a 5 WAR season right now, or really close to that. So, someone will probably pay him at the end of the year.
Well, there you go.
And that's where I would rather have Kim or Schmidt or one of these guys rather than paying him for 4 or 5 years.
Check out Soler real quick, and then we'll get on out of here. I just want to see where he's at. I know it's not.
Here is Soler. I mean, oof.
Exactly. Oof.
It's improving. I mean, if you guys all want to laugh at one, I can pull up one last one while you guys are looking at that.
I think I know you're going to go. Look at that. That's so bad, dude. That is so bad. Well, we'll see if it comes around. How can you have all that bat speed and then not do anything with it?
I mean, the average exit velocity being only in the 65th percentile is insane to me.
That's ridiculous.
But he catches a ton off how many balls does he hit off the end of the bat?
End of the bat. Yeah, because he's swinging at garbage.
He'll launch it, and it's like, oh my God, this ball is going to be 30 rows up, and then it's short of the warning track. It's like, dude. All right, everybody, if you want the comedy, and I'm sorry if this is going to offend somebody, and actually I'm really not, but
I got a feeling where this is going.
Input, you might not, it might be a surprise to you, but go ahead and input the Benny Hill music. We've got Wilmer Flores, everybody.
Oh God. I could see, hold on here. Let me cue this up. Here we go.
Ready for this? first percentile on sprint speed. He is.
That is bad, dude. I don't think he's going to be on this team much longer, man.
You know what? I just hope David VR.
Look at the bat speed. It's not even qualified.
It's terrible. It's so
the
bad.
bat speed isn't even qualified, man.
Yeah.
That is so bad. But one thing he doesn't do, he doesn't strike out. But when he makes contact,
he makes contact.
It's a dead duck. It's a dead duck.
I mean, he's hit like 7 balls hard all season.
Oh my goodness, man.
Oh man, it's brutal.
That's
I mean,
bad, dude.
They registered him as the 4th slowest player in the league. I mean, somebody was talking the other day and they're like, who'd win in a race, Wilmer Flores or Benji Molina? And I'm like, Benji Molina now or Benji Molina 15 years ago? And then I was like, it doesn't matter. I'd still take Benji. He hit the cycle once.
Woo! That's bad, dude.
It's brutal, man. That one is I saw that a couple weeks ago and it just about died. I just hope David VR, whatever people think of him, I know he struggled last season. My thing is he still has potential. This is a guy that hit 36 home runs in the minors, or between the minors and San Francisco 2 years ago. He clearly has potential. Now he might not reach it, but he's had good at bats. And I just, frankly, I would much rather see David VR get up here and stay up here and keep getting at least see at bats against lefties. And,
right.
And he's not a guy that can't hit a righty. So, you don't have to pinch hit for him later in a game or anything like that. Flores is just not doing anything against anybody. Doesn't matter. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, before we get out of here, make sure you check out this guy over here. Been talking for a while. Cody. He's got a YouTube channel called Even Year Dynasty Show. Go check it out here. Actually, I got to keep it up. His Twitter handle is underneath his name once I get rid of that banner. But I just keep it up there for a minute here just so you can see. Make sure you go out there, subscribe, like his comment or his content. Every Tuesday he puts out a minor league report from the previous week. And then he comes on our show every Wednesday night and he talks about that show that he did on Tuesday. And then he's just a wealth of baseball knowledge. Great addition to the show. So yeah, go check it out, guys. Let's see. Lineups tomorrow and then lefties going. Okay. So Soler will lead off. Who's been batting second? Is it still Ramos?
Slater.
That's right. No.
He did last time at least. Yeah.
What about Matos though? Or are they gonna put where they put?
He'll
Matos?
probably be down in the order. My prediction, and I hate it, but
Soler, Slater, Ramos.
Yeah.
And
Ramos, and then it'll Bailey has been
Bailey. Yeah, because Bailey's
I'll probably put
on the right side though.
Chat from a lefty.
Maybe Chapman.
I don't like him there, but they've been putting Bailey in the cleanup spot even against lefties. So I would rather see Chapman than Bailey there. But
you'll see Ahmed will be in there.
Matos will probably be 6.
It will have to be Wisely at second because Tyro is hurt. Oh, Fitzgerald.
It fits.
That's stupid, bro.
It's gonna be.
I understand he's got to get his starts. I get it, but you got to put whatever. It's gonna be Fitzgerald at second.
It'll probably be VR. I'm gonna go VR, Fitz, Ahmed, Casali,
and then VR is gonna.
No, we said Bailey. Actually, Bailey. If Bailey plays, then
yeah. VR will be at first base. The outfield will be Slater, Ramos, Matos, and then first base. VR, Fitzgerald, Ahmed, Chapman behind the dish. Nope. Might be Casali.
Yeah.
It
could be. I mean, my prediction has been, and I got into it with a few people on Twitter about this with my post about Matos and how he's done since he got called up. And my prediction was they're gonna play him tomorrow, and he's gonna get sent to Sacramento afterward.
Yeah, probably.
Because they can't hold 12 pitchers. That's the reality, and they've got too many outfielders right now. So I don't like it. I hate it to my core, but that's until they prove otherwise. Like that's their history of what they'll do.
Yep.
So
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So make sure, again, here, I'll remove it. Even Your Dynasty Show. Make sure you go subscribe. And there you go. And there, hey, look at that. It's Dave. What's up, Dave?
Hey, how you doing, you? Hey, who's that? Who's that guy named? What's that guy? Carney?
Carney.
Hey, Carney.
He's calling. We're just giving everyone names. Now you're Carney.
Carney Lansford.
Hey, I'll leave you on this one. My barber for almost 10 years called me Toby.
Toby.
I corrected him for like a year, and then I just gave up. So I was just Toby every time I went and got a haircut. So
we got Dave, we got you, and we got Carney.
yeah.
Man, that sounds like a lineup. Cool. All right.
Well,
Anything?
I thought you were signing off and doing the lineup. So
gotcha.
I do think it's going to be Fitzgerald. I think Fitzgerald gets in there. I don't know if Matos will definitely be in there. Wouldn't shock me if Yaz gets to start over Conforto because he got 2 for 2 tonight. So,
well, I think it's going to be Slater, Ramos, and Matos in the outfield.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They go Slater. I forgot about Slater. Oh gosh. You got to put a fork in this guy at some point. But anyway,
and tomorrow's Chris Sale. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They went Matos off the bench today. Maybe they're looking to drop Slater, but I just don't. Until they prove otherwise, I can't give them the benefit of the doubt.
We mentioned that earlier.
Yep.
That could happen. The question is for the chat out there, will I put an Atlanta Braves hat on in the next 2 days?
I mean, I hope not.
We'll see.
But probably.
Yeah. Now, wouldn't that be something? I bring my Braves and Guardians hat all the way to the Philippines, and it stays in the suitcase.
That would be something. That would be
a great.
Now, if that happens, I'll come on the show after they sweep the whole road trip, and I will eat humble pie, and I will say Farhan is the greatest of all time.
You know what we should do? You need to get your phone. You record a video of your hats staying in the suitcase, and I can make a nice little video. A somber time of the hats staying in the suitcase. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, well,
all right, guys.
If they sweep the road trip, that means you have to stay in the Philippines.
I don't think Dan would mind, to be honest with you.
I might just do that if somebody would make my house payments.
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Thanks for showing back up again, Dan. Dave. Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow, 8:30.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Cody, thanks for pinch hitting for Dan. That was awesome. Much appreciated. You'll be back.
I popped in to check it out, and I saw just you, and I was like, yo, you need help?
Yeah, right on, man. Guys in the chat, you will see Cody again on the show tomorrow, and we'll get more into the minor league report from what the guys did the previous week. So you guys could get a good understanding of what's going on in the minor leagues. You want to keep tabs on what the future is doing down there on the farm. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that. All right. Again, Cody, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And you know what? Thanks. Let's leave with remembering the great Willie Mays. All right. Let's do that. I'll have to play that occasionally. I know it's been a while, but I like the video, and I don't think anyone would disagree that we should honor the great Willie Mays. So until tomorrow night, guys, for game 2, it's going to be Hicks versus Cody. What's the far home pickup?
Do not associate me with that, man.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's a good one, Ron.
Tomorrow will be Hicks versus Chris Sale. Should be an interesting game. See if the Giants can win the series tomorrow. All right, guys. Again, here we go. Let's get out of here with Willie Mays. See you guys tomorrow night. Woo!